ॐ नमोऽस्तुते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दाय तपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वलितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः ॐ ध्यानमूलं गुरोर्मूर्तिः पूजामूलं गुरोपदं मन्त्रमूलं गुरोर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरोकृपा ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय, कृष्ण भगवान की जय, गीता माता की जय। हरि ओम। We are discussing Srimad Bhagavat Gita, the 8th chapter, and yesterday we saw in detail the 6th sloka of it, giving the explanatory decision by Krishna to Arjuna. What happens to the soul after death, and how the last thought dominates over the soul after death, and what happens to the one-pointed, dedicated soul who thinks of the Lord all the time, and he will think of the Lord at the time of death, and then he will go to him alone. But for others, one who thinks of different gods or different objects or anything differently other than the absolute truth, at the time of death, he will attend that only what thought comes in the last moment of departure from the body. So this we have seen in detail. Now, why he said this, he is explaining to Arjuna. My dear, understanding these two factors clearly, you have to think of me alone while fighting in the battle. So, you will not attain any sin by killing anyone. Your mind will be observed in me, the absolute truth. So he is advising Arjuna, Tasmat, thus, because of this theory which I explained to you, Sarvesu Kalesu Mamanusmarajudhyacha, at all time continuously think of me, keep your mind on me only, and then go on fighting. Mairya pita mano buddhi mameva asyasi nasansaya asansaya. One who dedicates his mind and intellect, everything to me, at all time he will come to me. There is no doubt in it. The whole mental machinery should be dedicated to the Lord. Machinery means he means to say mind is a machine, electronic machine. Yes.
Thinking machine.
Yes. And so also is the intellect and body and prana. So altogether the body system is known as some mechanical system. Mechanical system. So once a push is given, a momentum is given, it will go on with it. So once you have decided to fix the mind on me, mind means intellect and everything together, automatically the end will end in me. It is an electronic machine. Once you put on the switch, everything goes on automatically. In that way, this is the theory for the controlled senses, controlled mind, controlled prana person, one who has controlled all these. But whose senses, mind or prana, this triangular force, is not under control, it is not applicable for him. The machine doesn't work according to his will. It works haphazardly, just as a train which is derailed, it meets accidents. So also the mind, which is not under control, senses, body, prana, which are not under control, they go aimlessly and meet accident. That is called, they occur scenes only. Monkey mind. Mad elephant. And it is a machine. He says, the whole mental machinery should be dedicated to the Lord. Lord means the original switch, the remote. You must work with the mind and intellect developed to Him, devoted to Him. Mind and intellect which is devoted, dedicated, offered to the Absolute, it never can do any sinful acts. Fight, perform your own dharma. Tasmad sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhyacha. Go on fighting. That fight means before all these, the Lord has explained to Arjuna, your nature is to fight. If you want to control it, it will not be controlled. Prakritim yanti bhutani nigraha kim karisati. Your control is in vain. Yes?
So, varnashrama dharma palan karna.
No.
No, Kshatriya.
Of course it is there. Varnashram dharma is there. And from the childhood, whatever is practiced in accordance with Varnashram dharma. Sometimes somebody goes against it, sometimes, and that becomes his nature, habit. So, nature will do its work. Your controlling afterwards will not affect, because you have been habituated to do this. That is called swabhava. We have seen what is called swabhava. Swabhava, whatever is practiced continuously and has been habit for you, that is called swabhava. So, he advises, perform your own dharma. That also he has said, swadharme nidhanam sayaha, paradharmo bhayavaha. Whatever is your habitual performance, you have to do that, and to cultivate your habit, you should also be aware that your habits should be always positive.
धर्म का मतलब रिलीजन से नहीं, नेचर से मतलब धर्म.
धर्म का बहुत अर्थ है. Here, your habit, your nature. Dharma has got so many different meanings. The duty of a Kshatriya, that is your dharma, because you have been trained in that since your birth. Your body, mind, and all the senses, they are trained in this way. It has become your nature. So that is called dharma, swadharma. Yes. Dharma has got many different meanings. Here this is the meaning is like this. It will purify your heart, and you will attain to knowledge and come to me. That is explained in 3-4 stanzas beforehand. Whatever your habit becomes that will affect in the end, and that will be your guide. So, if you are sticking to it, then it will purify your heart. That means oneness is purity. So whatever you have been habituated, that should be performed. Also, the last end, mukti. How? So many examples are there. Our Sisupal went on abusing the Lord. Abusing means one-pointedness, though it is in negative way, but he thinks of the Lord.
100 times.
Yes. Out of fear, he attained the Supreme. Ravana, out of ego. No.
Hiranyakashipu.
Eh?
Hiranyakashipu.
Kya?
Hiranyakashipu.
Hiranyakasipu, and out of enmity, yes, that Hiranyakasipu and many others also. Ravana is something other than this. And ego, Duryodhan. And in this way, relatively, the law is not to cross your limit. But finally, when you reach your horizon of event, after that, beyond the horizon, the absolute silence and oneness. So whether it is achieved negatively or positively, it is the achievement. When the minute hand and hour hand gets together at 12, it can be both way, clockwise and anti-clockwise. Then that is 12 only. But before that, it may be PM or AM. So the end, the peak of the mountain is one only. Climb from any way you like, straight or zigzag, or by help of anybody, or without help. There are many methods to reach the peak. But peak is one only.
So, इसीलिए constantly remembers me.
Yes, constancy.
From the beginning.
Yes, constancy has its own magnificence.
अभी तो end में आप.
And
हाँ.
it will end in that. It will end in the horizon.
That habit.
Yes. So he says, the term fight is upalakshana, suggestive. Upalakshana means fight is your dharma. So you have to fight. But at that time, your mind should be fixed on me only. Upalakshana, suggestive or helping cause. It means do your duties according to your caste and order of life, varnashram dharmas. The duty, the duties pertaining to the various castes and orders of life, and nitya naimitika karma are the upalakshanas, factors suggested to, alluded to. These are natural, suggestive means natural daily performance. That is nitya naimitika karma. Whatever you do regularly, habitually, every day, continuously, that has got no importance. It has to be done. If you go on answering the call of nature, it has got no effect in long run. If you take bath every day, it is not your dharma. It is subordinate dharma to keep up the body clean. That is yours, not main duty, but it is subsidiary duty.
Upalakshana is also example. No?
Pardon?
Upalakshana example also they call.
Examples also. Yes. So, upalakshanas are factors suggested or alluded to, means you are habituated to, which is daily performance. The chitta vritti, which is of the form of the object meditated upon, is the bhavana. Chitta vritti is mental modification. Vritti means the occupation. That is, occupation means your habitual performance, profession. That is called bhavanas. Bhavana means the citta or mind or intellect, they are nothing but different kinds of thought waves. So they are called bhavanas. The bhavana is for those who practice saguna upasana with a God with a name and form. Bhavana at the time of separation of the body is not necessary for a sage or a jnani who has attained to the knowledge of the self or self-realization. He is not swayed away by bhavanas because chitta is not working there. Chitta has been stopped and destroyed forever. So, there is nothing called bhavana.
Destroyed is being still.
Yes, attainment of the highest and being established in it. There is no mind, there is no chitta, no prana, no senses, but witness of all these is there.
Screen is there.
Yes. So then he says, Abhyasa yoga yuktena cetasa nanyagamina paramam purusham divyam Yati Partha Anuchintayan. He says, O Partha, O Arjuna, Abhyasa Yoga Juktena, Yoga Abhyas, being well trained in Yoga Abhyas. What is Yoga? Yoga means union. So that union may be by different means. Raja Yoga is different from Jnana Yoga. Paths are different, but aim is the same. Bhakti Yoga is different than the Raja Yoga. But everywhere, in the end, that full dedication means one-pointed mind is a must. All the paths, all the roads lead to Rome. Yes. So he says, with the mind not moving towards any other thing, made steadfast by the method of habitual meditation. Habitual meditation. Meditation should be habitual.
Repeated.
Yes. And when it becomes continuous, that is called samadhi. And samadhi is of different kinds. Saguna, nirguna, sabikalp, nirvikalp, sabij, nirbij. And besides that, the common samadhi. Common means habitual samadhi. Some great people, they do everything, but mind is in samadhi. That is called sahaj samadhi. Sahaj samadhi. Mind is always observed in the Lord, whereas the body and senses, mind, etc., that means their reflection do all the necessary actions according to the need of the hour. That is what he explains. And constantly meditating, one goes to the Supreme Person, the resplendent. O Arjuna, resplendent means
Effulgent.
effulgent, self-effulgent.
Brightness.
Abhyas means practice. Practice is the constant repetition of the idea of God. Here it is God, but generally in common mean a parallels habit of anything, whatever is repeated, it may be positive or negative, but here he means meditation, habitual meditation. Practice is the constant repetition of the idea of God. In the practice of meditation, Vijatya vrittis, worldly thoughts or thoughts of the type different from the object of meditation are shut out, and there is Sajatya vritti pravaha, continuous flow of thoughts of the self or the absolute alone. This is called abhyas. Abhyas each yoga, repetition is yoga. This will terminate in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. The yogi with a samahita chitta, equanimity of mind, samatvam, attains Paramatman or the Supreme Soul. Just as the rivers abandoning their names and forms become one with the ocean, so also the sage or the Vidwan, the wise man, being liberated from names and forms and virtue and vice, becomes identical with the Supreme Self. That means going beyond names and forms, that means going beyond the pairs of opposites, dualistic world. Then he attains the Supreme Self. One word came Sajatya, the opposite is Bijatya. That we have to understand nicely and clearly. Sajatya and Bijatya, favorable and unfavorable, and good or bad. That has different meanings also. Sajatya, equal thoughts. When we say thoughts, they cannot be 100% equal, but favorable. How? If you are going to Gangotri, if some bike man comes and asks you, can I give you a lift? Then that is called Sajatya. It helps to attain your goal, whatever may be the goal. Whatever helping the attainment of goal, that is called Sajatya. Many things can help you. Somebody comes and feeds you and gives you energy, encouragement, guidance in the path. All these are called favorable conditions. This is called Sajatya. And Bijatya, what stops you, interrupts you to attain the goal, may it be any goal, positive or negative. When you are going to kill some person, if somebody gives you a sharp knife in the way, that is called Sajatya. Though it is negative, negative helps the negative, so it becomes positive. That is called Sajatya. Your goal was to do something, achieve something negative end, and all other negative, they help you by the way. So that they are also called Sajatya. Bijatya, if somebody stops you to go kill somebody, that is called Bijatya in that state, in that achievement. That is called Bijatya. One which interrupts you to achieve the goal, that is called Bijatya. Let the goal be anything. And whatever helps you, that is called Sajatya. Now, other factors we have to understand clearly. The most vital factor in this practice is regularity. Gurudev used to sing the song of 18 ETs: regularity, simplicity, tenacity, and punctuality, and all these ETs. 18 ETs which help you to achieve the goal, achieve success. Whatever helps you to get success, that is called sajatya. Success in what? In achieving your goal, may it be whatever. In world-wise, in relative world, it may be any goal, but finally the goal is one for everyone. So, whatever helps you to achieve the highest, here it is called sajatya. Helping hand, helping hand. Thoughts which are in accordance with your goal, that is called sajatya. And the last goal for everyone is to attain that oneness. So here it is positive thoughts.
Catalyst.
Pardon?
Catalyst.
Yes, yes. The most vital factor is in this practice is regularity. We call it nishtha. Nishtha, regularity. Be regular in your meditation. You will soon reach the goal. Regularity is the key to this success. Purusam Divyam, the resplendent, transcendental being, or the inner ruler, Antaratman, in the solar orb, in the solar orbit, the light, the inner self, the central point. Center dominates, regulates all the parts of the circle. Yes. So that is the central point. Purusam Divyam. He who meditates constantly without allowing the mind to wander among the sensual objects, in accordance with the instructions of the scriptures, and the preceptor reaches the Supreme Purusha. The scriptures guide you. The scriptures are not written by somebody. Scriptures are the expression of the anubhuti, experience of the experienced people. They are the expression of their experience. So it guides you in the path. So that is a must to follow. And of course, Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti, Pujamulam Gurur Padam, Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam. The obedience is better than reverence. Obedience to obey the meaning of the purpose of the words of your preceptor. Sometimes we misunderstand them. So you must understand his purpose. See one example. There was a great Mahatma in our Bhojavasa, way to Gomukh, beyond Gangotri, Bhojavasa, little before the Gomukh, where the Ganga appears, becomes visible. He had a guru. The other shore of the Ganga, the guru told him, if you are going to build your ashram, that means you are going to stay at the other side, making an ashram. Here people come with tiredness. They need oxygen, that's why less of oxygen makes them tired, and many other factors. So you must feed everyone free of cost. That is your seva. Follow this. Feed everyone. The chela, the disciple, could not understand the purpose of feeding, but he took it literally. Once what happened, this is real story. Once what happened, some old man who was too much tired, he wanted to go to Gomukh, and he was so much tired, and he was feeling feverish, headache. He was trembling with cold. He was unable to walk. Somehow he came down from the truck to the ashram of this disciple. And the rule of this disciple's ashram is, whosoever comes, he must be fed first, and then he will be given blankets and other comforts and shelter to rest. Without eating, nobody will be allowed to stay there. 24 hours he will have khichdi, the food for the passers-by. And his rule was that, and this old person comes one evening and he is so tired, he wants to lie down. He wants some blankets. He was feeling feverish. He had no mind to eat anything. So the moment he reached the ashram, he prayed at the feet of that disciple, "My Lord, please give me some place to lie down. Give me some blankets. I am feeling restless. I am feeling so feverish. I am unable to stand now. I have to fall down. Please give me some blanket and some place to lie down." But the disciple was stubborn. He said, "No, by no means. First you have to eat. Khichdi is ready." He said, "If I eat, I will vomit it. I cannot eat. I have fever. I have headache. I have tiredness. I cannot eat." So the disciple got angry. "What? You deny to eat? Get out!" He didn't consider the need of the hour, the real need of the old man. He didn't allow him, you have to eat first. But the old man could not get out because he was so tired. He was sitting there. Get out or else I will feed you. And practically, he dragged him to the dining hall and and made him lie down and sat on his chest and brought a lathi and opened his mouth forcibly, put some khichdi in his mouth and pushed it with the stick so that he will swallow it. Poor old man was half dead. But he stick to his formula. He couldn't understand the purpose of the Guru's word. So sometimes that gives you negative result. Dangerous. So one should follow the words of the Guru, obedience, that is of highest importance. But you must understand the purpose of obedience. Purpose of obedience. That should be understood. What is the purpose of Guru? In what level, in what mental state Guru orders you to follow the words, that the disciple should understand. Obedience means not foolish obedience. Yes, such many examples are there. The foolish disciples, they obey the order of Guru. Another incident there in Gangotri. Tomorrow I shall tell you the truth, the story, if you remind me. He also obeyed the order of Guru. He also lived beyond Gangotri a little away, in the path of, in the track of Gomukh route. So tomorrow we shall say the example what was given in the last 8th sloka. Your continuous, constant, regular practice of yoga will take you to the absolute positively. For that, Lord Krishna gives some other explanations. Tomorrow we shall see. Kabim Purana Manurasa Sitaram Anuraniyan Samanusmaredya Sarvasya Dhata Ramachintya Rupam Adityavannam Tamasah Parastat Prayana Kale Manasa Chalena Bhaktya Yukto Yogavalena Chaiva Bhruvur Madhye Pranam Avesya Samyak Satam Param Purusam Upyaiti Divyam. All these are further explanation of the process. We shall see it tomorrow. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। कृष्ण भगवान की जय। गीता माता की